Traveling is all about experiencing new things.
As the film begins, someone falls unconscious on a beach where no one is in sight. Who is she, and who threw her here? The film shows a few days earlier, introduced a beautiful woman named Madison. Madison is a famous person on Instagram. She goes around the world, stays in fancy hotels, visits beautiful places, and shares great pictures with her followers. This time, a lot of people asked her to go, so she is taking a trip to Asia. Right now, she is in Thailand. Her boyfriend, Ryan, planned the trip, but he couldn't go because of some work that came up at the last minute. That night, while she was sitting by herself at the hotel bar, an older man named Rupert came over to talk to her. He tries to chat casually, joke around a bit, and suggests taking her to a nice place close by. Before things get too serious, another girl named CW, who was sitting nearby, feels that something is wrong. She comes in with a smart reason and takes Madison away. The two girls start talking to each other. CW is actually a local tour guide. She tells Madison that Thailand is usually safe. She just needs to stay aware, especially when she is by herself. Madison talks about how being an influencer looks fancy, but it's actually harder than it seems. Traveling a lot and making content is more tiring than many people realize. She also tells CW that Ryan changed his mind at the last minute. CW, wanting to cheer her up, offers to take her to some special places that most tourists don't visit. Curious, Madison says yes. She realizes that these special finds can bring her a lot of attention and attract new sponsors. The next morning, before the sun came up, CW brings her to a beautiful, calm place that looks like a scene from a dream. As Madison begins to take pictures, she sees that CW stays away from the camera. Madison thinks it might be because of the mark on her face. In the next few days, CW shows Madison more amazing places, shares tasty local food with her, and soon Madison fully trusts her. They hang out together, go on adventures together, and for the first time in days, Madison really feels happy. But then, things get serious. One evening, after coming back from another trip, Madison goes to her hotel room and stops suddenly. Her door is fully open. Inside, the area is dirty and disorganized. Clothes and bags are scattered everywhere. Even worse, all her valuable things, her money, and her passport were missing. Feeling scared, she quickly calls CW, who helps her tell the police about the theft and even helps her fill out a report. The next day, CW gives Madison a passport application form, but there's an issue. The US Embassy says it will take 2 weeks to give you a new one. Madison doesn't have that much time. She has important photo sessions scheduled back in America. Being stuck here by myself with no ID, no money, and no way to leave was never what I intended. That night, Madison calls Ryan to share everything. The theft, the lost passport, and the 2-week wait for a replacement. But Ryan doesn't seem very worried about her situation. Instead, he cares more about her Instagram. He says in a harsh way, "If you don't come back in time for the pictures, how will your account become popular?" Madison feels really upset. When she needs help the most, all he can think about is social media. Feeling upset and sad, she talks about ending the relationship and hangs up the phone. In the next few days, Madison tries to take her mind off things by exploring more of Thailand with CW. They go to amazing places, take beautiful pictures, and Madison keeps sharing them online. The scenery is lovely, the colors are bright, and CW is always there to help her with each picture. Strangely, CW never allows Madison to take any pictures of her. One day, CW invites Madison to her house, which is in a quiet forest by the ocean. It's quiet, far away, and almost too good to be true. The next morning, CW surprises Madison with a plan for a special trip to a quiet island. Madison really likes the idea right away. CW has her own boat and knows the area very well. Now, Madison really trusts her. She doesn't think twice. Also, this could be the best spot for some really great content, maybe even something that goes viral. Soon, they started their journey on the boat, smoothly moving over the calm water until they reached a beautiful but empty island. Madison is amazed. "How did you discover this place?" she asks as she looks around. She sees something odd. Scratch marks on a wooden log looked like someone had been marking off days. She looks at her phone. No connection. As night comes, they make a fire by the beach. She plays some music, dances for a while, and then they both fall asleep under the stars. But the next morning, everything is different. Before Madison wakes up, CW quietly takes her bag, gets in her boat, and leaves. Now Madison is stuck by herself on a hidden island that nobody knows about. Now the scariest part of the game starts. CW begins using Madison's phone to share new photos, stories, and videos on her Instagram. From the outside, it seems like Madison is doing well and enjoying life, happily sharing her travel stories with everyone. But the reality is much scarier. CW is now living the life of Madison. This was not her first time. She had done this before, focusing on women traveling alone. She gained their trust, stole their passports to keep them stuck in the country, and then quietly took on their identity. Days go by. Madison is still missing, but the people who follow her don't know. CW wears her clothes, takes and shares selfies, and replies to fan messages using Madison's account. At the same time, Ryan keeps sending messages because he is getting more worried, but CW completely ignores them. She even raises Madison's credit card limit so she can spend more without anyone noticing. After being Madison for a while, CW starts getting ready for the next person she wants to go after. After doing some research, she finds another solo traveler named Jessica. An influencer named CW is currently traveling alone in Thailand and is getting ready to start her plan again. She begins by following Jessica on Instagram and joining one of her travel groups. She is surprised to find out that Jessica has reserved a room at the same hotel as CW. That evening, she walks over to her, starts a friendly chat, and begins to gain her trust. Like before, she tells the story again, saying she came here with her boyfriend, but he changed his mind at the last moment and left her alone in a rented house by the sea. Jessica trusts her completely. The next day, while Jessica is taking pictures at the beach, CW quietly goes into her bag and takes the room key card. At night, she follows the same plan, taking Jessica's money, clothes, and passport, and leaving her alone and unable to help herself. When Jessica comes back and sees that everything is missing, she quickly calls CW for help. The next day, CW brings Jessica to the mansion that she had earlier said belonged to her and Madison. But this time, something surprising happens. Ryan is already inside the big house. He flew in to surprise Madison, and they set up a special welcome at the place. Since the mansion was in Madison's name, and Ryan was the one paying the rent, he was allowed to use it completely. When CW sees Ryan at the mansion, she is surprised. But she quickly hides it and says she is Madison's close friend. Ryan is confused, but for now he trusts her. But CW begins to feel worried. Since Ryan is living in the mansion, there's a big chance that Madison's secret might be found out anytime. The next morning, she sets up a new trap. Using smart voice technology, she makes a call to Ryan using Madison's phone number. The voice on the phone sounds just like Madison, but it feels cold and far away. It tells Ryan that their relationship is finished and he needs to go right away. But something doesn't seem right. The sudden change in Madison's behavior feels off to him. Inside, he can't believe that she would end things this way without talking to him. So Ryan chooses to stay. He decides he won't leave until Madison comes and talks to him directly to explain everything. He doesn't see that this choice is going to make things a lot more complicated for CW. Later, Jessica suggests that the three of them go out to see some pretty places nearby. While Jessica takes pictures, Ryan casually says that Madison is also an influencer just like Jessica. He talks about how someone took all of Madison's documents at a hotel. Then, CW helped her and brought her to the mansion. As Jessica listens, she feels something is off. That story sounds very similar, almost exactly like what just happened to her. Doubt begins to set in. That night, they go to a party together, but Jessica pays close attention. She quietly checks CW's information and then decides to send a private message to Madison's Instagram, hoping to talk to her directly. But the phone is still with CW, of course. As soon as CW sees the message, they feel worried. She realizes that Jessica is getting very close to finding out the truth. Jessica understands she has to do something quickly, so she comes up with a plan. She quietly leaves the party and chooses to go away from the big house before it's too late. But CW already understands. She quickly leaves the party and hurries back to the big house, wanting to keep Jessica from getting away. If Jessica gets out, she will go to the police and everything will come to light. Back at the house, she sees Jessica quickly putting her things in a bag. Worried, she asks her why she's leaving so suddenly, but Jessica ignores her. She says this place seems strange, and she feels strange too. Jessica says she doesn't know what happened with Madison, but tells her that whatever she did before won't work on her now. Things get more and more tense, and the fight gets worse. As Jessica turns to leave, someone suddenly attacks her. Her head hit the wall really hard, and now she's hurt badly. Still trying to survive, she crawls away, but before she can get far, her neck is broken with a shoe. Her dead body is put into a suitcase. The blood on the floor is quickly cleaned up. At that moment, Ryan comes back and goes directly to his room, not knowing what just happened. In the meantime, she starts making plans again. The next morning, while eating breakfast, she casually tells Ryan a lie, saying that Jessica went home. While eating, Ryan looks at Madison's social media. There, he sees a photo of her with another guy, and they are standing really close to each other. It really affects him. Their breakup seems real now, but the truth is that picture wasn't real. She edited and uploaded it herself to make Ryan think Madison was really gone. The next morning, when Ryan gets ready to go, she walks him to the train station. When she gets back, she destroys all of Madison's clothes, papers, and even her passport, wiping away any sign that Madison was ever there, except for her diary, which has all her cherished memories written in it. It seemed too lovely to ruin. The story goes back in time to show how Ryan and Madison first met. It explains how Ryan helped Madison become famous as a popular influencer. Next, we return to the present. Ryan cancels his trip back and tries to find her using the last picture Madison shared. From that picture, he works out the name of the hotel and hurries there. But when he shows her picture to the hotel staff, they all don't know who she is. This makes Ryan very confused. At that moment, the same old man named Rupert, who had talked to Madison before, walks over to Ryan and starts chatting with him. When Ryan shows him Madison's picture, Rupert immediately knows who she is. He says that after staying there for 2 days, Madison's room was broken into. Then, she left with a girl who had a big black spot on her face. But something seems off. Rupert looks at the photo again and notices something odd. If this picture was shared 2 days ago, it can't be true because it was raining in Thailand that day. But in the picture, the sky looks completely clear. This hint really affects Ryan. Something is surely not right. He begins looking more closely, checking all of Madison's recent posts, pictures, and videos that she shared after the supposed robbery. When he takes off a beauty filter from one of the videos, the reality hits hard. It's not Madison in the video, it's CW. Ryan is amazed. Now he knows Madison is in big trouble. He quickly runs to the mansion and quietly sneaks in. But the place looks empty. All he finds is CW's bag. Inside, he finds Madison's diary and reads about an island and a boat. Before he can go, CW comes back. Ryan sneaks up on her from the back and ties her to a chair. But even now, CW is still messing with people's heads. She warns him that if he calls the police, he will also get arrested because she already sent strange messages to Madison using his phone. If the police see them, they'll believe that Ryan hurt Madison and she left to get away from him. Angry but calm, Ryan takes out a knife and asks what she did to his girlfriend. But CW is not just any girl. She is clever, good at controlling others, and a threat. She calmly says she didn't do anything to Madison, and if Ryan wants, she can still take him to see her. Afterward, she takes Ryan to the boat. He doesn't know where she is taking him. As soon as she gets the chance, she attacks him, pulls him underwater, and stabs him to death with the same knife. She puts his body in the boat, covers it with a cloth, and then goes back to the room calmly. Using Madison's ID, she creates a fake post that claims Ryan hurt her and says he is a bad person. By morning, Madison's fans fill the post with angry messages, with some saying that people like Ryan deserve bad things to happen to them. Next, CW returns to the isolated island to get rid of Ryan and Jessica's bodies. As soon as she gets there, she is surprised. Recently burned wood is nearby, and a fish is still hanging over a stick like someone was just cooking. She even sees scratch marks on a wooden log. Madison had made tallies to count the days, and that means only one thing. Madison could still be alive. She picks up a shovel and begins looking all over the island. Soon she finds 2 graves. She thinks about who they might belong to. Just then, Madison comes up from behind and knocks her out. When we see Madison now, it's obvious she has been through a lot of pain. Her health has gotten worse after being on the island for several days. She pulls herself onto the boat and starts to go away. But at that moment, CW wakes up. She runs to the beach and sees Madison sailing away. Surprisingly, she doesn't yell or get scared. Instead, she laughs like someone who's really crazy. Inside, she understands that she will die too, just like the people she has harmed in the past. This time, no one is going to help her. Meanwhile, Madison keeps moving forward without looking back. And with that spooky surprise, the movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.